Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason. And today, I'm coming to you live remote from Wabash, Indiana, where the internet is so poor. I now understand why Mr. Hintz moved to Florida and left this location. Good morning, James. Good morning, James. How are you doing?
Good morning, Todd. I'm doing well. How are you this morning?
Well, a little frustrated. I'm trying to find an internet connection here. I'm literally live streaming this from my 4G phone sitting in a park because the hotel's got construction going on and it's just crazy there. So here I am. As people give a quick little view here, probably look like I'm out here trolling for a mail hookup or something. I don't know.
Hey, it's either that or someone's thinking that you're making TikTok videos, but I would much rather be accused of trolling for a mail hookup than a TikTok video in the middle of the park. Just saying.
Well, if anybody walks by and winks at me, I'll let you know.
All right, yeah. All right. So, all right, good morning, everyone. So, pre-market, the Dow futures are currently down 109 points. S&P 500 is down 30.25 points, and it is going to be red today. Obviously, so far in the market, the pre-market, it's deep red, but usually when it's this significant in the pre-market, that's a good indicator for the overall direction. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. How about Amazon's earnings and them getting just obliterated?
Smoked.
Man. Maybe. Never mind. I was going to say something that's going to be kind of dark. I'll just skip over that. Let's skip over that thought. All right.
Well, I guess they're saying that because the earnings are so poor that maybe the economy is not doing as well as they've been telling us so for as long. So
wait, you mean to tell me that the government would lie to us?
Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, yeah, absolutely freaking so. How do they? How else would they stay in business or survive as elected leadership? They have to lie to us.
Imagine that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We had a couple tickers brought up to us. I've been looking over the pre-market, and there's really not much news, just in general in the pre-market. Not any good catalysts that I've seen so far. But all right, let's talk about ticker. Let me pull it up on my chart. Let's talk about ticker ARDX. So.
I had a member email me about and ask about this one, so this is going to be not the best news we're going to share.
No, not at all. So if you were in ARDX, hold on to that. You obviously know about, the FDA rejecting them, and yeah, that's why it tanked. I mean, that's the only reason why. So while there might have been positive things said in that official statement, at the end of the day, I mean, when you get an FDA rejection, that's all that matters. You could literally cure cancer, and if they say, "Yep, nope, we're sorry, we reject you," you're gonna get just destroyed. Someone talking to you?
Yeah, possible customer. I don't know.
Tell them you're a YouTuber.
Oh.
Yeah, you know who I am. I'm a YouTuber.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get arrested.
I know, right? You know what? Hey, everybody, we should just stop the StockCast show, and we'll tell Todd what to do and say to people, and he should go on camera live right now and just say whatever we tell him to do.
This isn't Johnny Carson. This isn't Jay Leno.
All right. So ARDX, yeah, guys. The FDA rejected him, and if you're still holding on to this one, if you're, if you were in the stock, whatever it may be, or if you're even just trying to jump into it like right now, it's going to be a long time before that thing recovers. I mean, there's just no other way around that one. That is the downside for playing in the bio sectors. And this is also one reason why I like to chase those stocks that are usually in that $1 to $3 range, because really they tend not to even get rejected. And if they would get rejected, it's we ain't talking a 5, 6, 7 point loss per share. We might be talking, tens of cents, maybe $1. I mean, yeah, percentage wise, it would still go down, but it's just a lot easier to scale in and average down when you're not taking 5, 6, 7 point losses per share. Now, for people who were in it, and Todd, was this this wasn't one of our alerts.
I don't think it was. I can't remember. The real question is, and I don't know the news or read the news, is what did the FDA say, and what's the company's response to it? Because sometimes the company respond like, yes, we got the letter, but here's what we have to do. We have to dot a couple I's, cross a couple T's, and 90 days later they're back as something simple. But the letter is still just so damaging, and the market responds to it. Then there's other times like no, the FDA is like, you're effed. It's not going to fly, and then it really is bad news. So I don't know what they said. I haven't read the letter or done a little digging on that. So the question becomes: do you cut and take a big hit, or do you average down and sit on it and tie up some money for a while?
So what I read in the letter this morning, I just ran across it just very quickly. The FDA did say that they would meet up with them and tell them what they needed to do to get approval. So, I mean,
that's a positive sign.
Now, again, we are to fill that gap right there, guys. We are talking a long while. I mean, even if they would get approved, like hypothetically, let's just say some miracle happened today, which this just wouldn't happen like this. But hypothetically, let's just say the FDA approved them today. Well, not only do we have to fill this gap right here, and if we fill this gap like immediately, everybody's going to sell off. That's going to be a for sure thing, because you have so many people who are holding bags right here. And tell them you're a YouTuber. Just seriously do it.
She was listening to YouTube, I think.
Oh, she might be listening to us.
I did hear an echo.
I'm telling you, we're famous, man. All right. Everybody's gonna be just like selling off, if it would fill this gap up, just because they ain't gonna want to endure this shit again. But it's really, honestly, the only way I can explain this is just a shitty situation that happened for this stock. Really, the only way to get out of it is if you plan to hold on to it long term. And by long term, like, these things can last a long time to fill those gaps. And then you're talking about having to scale in and everything else. So yeah, for the member who wrote us this morning, hopefully you're not heavy into this. If you are heavy into this, it's going to be a long, tough road to recovery. If you aren't heavy in it, me personally, I would just say heck with it and just keep the shares, ignore it, and then a couple months later, revisit it, do your due diligence again on it, and then move on from there. All right, so let's see what else we got going on in the comments. Okay, so from Billy, MRIN, asking, will it run on expected earnings after close? I'll be honest, guys, when it comes to earnings, I'm the worst person to ask about earnings. If I say something's going to run on earnings, you better be shorting that thing. I cannot tell you. That's why I do not trade. I have no problem admitting that I suck at earnings. And that's why I don't trade earnings whatsoever.
James, who doesn't suck at earnings? I mean, earnings can be the best news, and the market responds negatively. It could be we're crashing, and the stock runs. Earnings is so hard to figure out.
It's so a gamble. It's honestly like playing quarters. You flip a quarter, and you could be right. And I can't tell you how many times I've been right with my due diligence, and the stock went against me. I mean, one of my greatest losses was a few years ago. Jeffrey Smith was live trading with me at the time, and I was trading Apple, and I was going to swing it with options through earnings, and I was up like $3,400. And I told him, I said, you know what, I'm going to double down. He's like, man, you for real? I said, yeah, I'm going to double down. And then he hit me up right after the bell, and he said, did you double down? I said, nope. He said, oh, good. I was worried. I said, I tripled down. and I was 100% correct on their earnings and their guidance. And, I was expecting it to just get hammered because of all the China trade talk and whatnot. And I was spot on with that. I mean, everybody in the world was spot on with it, but it was already baked in, and it gapped up 9 points against me.
Ouch.
Yeah. Couldn't do nothing about it. Had to eat that horrible loss and took it like a champ at the bell the next morning.
Ouch.
But yeah, so earnings, man, earnings are, it's a gamble. There's no telling what a stock is going to do with earnings. And I'm the worst person to ask about earnings. I'll just be real with you on that. But looking at it from a technical standpoint, I'd have to see that 9 EMA bounce off of this we'll just round it up to 750 range and then curl back up. Like, I wouldn't get serious about it until that 9 EMA actually hooked back up and broke above $8.55 before trying to make a bullish play in this. And I would start to look to take my profits right around 1571. That'd be like my top, though. So really between 1571 down to 1076, somewhere in that range would be my selling zone. And how I got that overall target price of 1571, you can see this 9 EMA come up here, and you see where the 9 EMA curls over. That's how I determine those values. So that's what I see for MRIN. All right, let's see what else we got going on in the comments.
So 10 minutes from the open of the market.
All right. So Michelle, let's see. Any thoughts on ACST? They have a conference call on August the 4th, an upcoming merger with Grace Therapeutics. Hold or cut losses. So let's see. Todd, ACST, is that one of your plays?
It is not one of my plays, but it's one that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
It's got a conference call August 4th. Traditionally, we try to avoid those being in the ticker during that conference call.
Yeah. So same thing with like conference calls with, just like earnings. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like it's a coin toss. It's really kind of hard to predict, but with ACST, and especially if they have a merger deal on the table, they have no choice to get back above $1. Like, they're not going to risk giving up trading on NASDAQ for anything. They will literally, like I said the other day, they will literally slap their grandma in the middle of charts if they have to, just to get this thing back above $1. If you look at ticker NAOV, hell, they were trading down here around the 50 cent, 60 cent range just days ago. And then what did they do? Fluff PR. Boom, shot up. That's just how this works. So I'm not saying, this is going to shoot up and do something crazy, like the other ticker or any other ticker, but these companies have no choice but to do something so they don't get delisted and really, I mean, them getting kicked off the NASDAQ. I mean, yeah, it sucks for investors, but I mean, it's, we're talking about a solid company. We ain't talking about the OTC world. We're talking about a solid, legitimate company trading on NASDAQ. And once you meet this status, you'll do anything to keep this status. You will literally lie just to get your stock up. And they have to get it back above $1 from when they receive their delisting notification, but it has to stay above $1 for 10 business days, I believe. Meet that requirement. So with that merger deal, and that is one of the tactics that they use to save themselves, to rescue themselves out of a bad situation like this. They will merge. And with that merger deal, what usually tends to happen is as that deal starts to approach, you'll start to see that stock start to climb up. So hopefully you don't have an average up here around like 1 or anything like that. Hopefully your average is between this 40 to 60 cent range. If that is the case, then me personally, I feel like you should be all right, in my opinion. Now, when I say be all right, like I would expect to hold this a little while longer, just because you just have to be practical and give things time to work out. So that is what I see for ticker ACST. All right, let's see what else we got going on. We are about 5 minutes from the bell. Let me run through the comments really quick. And all right, so that's pretty much all I see. Sometimes I think YouTube delays our comments or whatever, because I'll go back and look at the comments later in YouTube videos, and I'll see comments. I'm like, oh shit, I wish I ever saw that. But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, definitely smash the like button. Give us a follow. I haven't even thought about telling anyone that in a while. I don't think.
Well, I mean, our audience is growing so fast, we don't have to tell them that. I mean, we're crushing it. I think we hit over 100 the other day. So we're in the YouTube world. We're really moving along.
Yeah, well, we're about 11 years away from hitting 1 million subs on YouTube.
I'll be out here looking for male hookups with a cane.
Yeah. But yeah,
today's the last trading day of the month. People look to close their books. They look to do things to get positive or stay positive. So personally, with my internet and what's going on here, I'm not going to even open up my trading platform. My only fear is that a ticker that I'm heavy in drops a catalyst today. That would be my only concern. And then if that happens, I'll figure something out. I'll go to the library or the police station.
I'll just go ahead and say it. We're talking about POAI, and I pray to God they don't drop the catalyst today, because the worst days to drop a catalyst is on a Friday.
On the last day of the month. So
yeah.
So that's my only concern or fear. So, but be careful, protect your capital today. Be smart about it, and happy trading.
Yeah. So everyone, again, trade safe, trade smart, and put that stop loss in, and let's make some money, guys. So appreciate y'all tuning in today, and I am so glad that August is starting up, because that means volume will start to pick back up in the market, especially for the small cap penny stock world. So other than that, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, and we will catch y'all later.